The secret Sheikh Hamdan's father is hiding from the world. There are things that powerful men do not say out loud. Things that never make it into press releases or official statements or the carefully worded announcements that royal families use to manage what the world is allowed to know. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai, one of the most strategic and powerful leaders in the entire world, has built a career on knowing exactly what to show and exactly what to keep hidden. He is a man of vision, of precision, of absolute control over the image his family presents to the outside world. But there is something he has been hiding, something that sits at the center of his son's life, something that explains why Sheikh Hamdan, Fazza, looks the way he looks, lives the way he lives, and carries what he carries every single day. And today, we are going to talk about it. To understand the secret, you first have to understand the man keeping it. Sheikh Mohammed is not a father in the way most people understand the word. He is, first and always, a ruler, a strategist, a man who sees the present moment and the next 20 years simultaneously and makes his decisions accordingly. He loves his son. That is not in question. But his love for Hamdan has always been filtered through his responsibility to Dubai, through his understanding that the crown prince is not just a person. He is a symbol, a continuation, a carefully managed piece of a much larger plan. And when personal feelings conflict with that plan, the plan always wins. It has to. Because for a man like Sheikh Mohammed, the alternative is unthinkable. The secret starts with what he did to his son's heart. Hamdan loved someone long before any arranged marriage, long before any of the political decisions that shaped his adult life. He loved a woman who had nothing to do with royal alliances or family strategy or the future positioning of the Al Maktoum name. He loved her simply, genuinely, in the way that young people love before the world teaches them all the reasons they should be more careful. And Sheikh Mohammed knew. He knew about her. He knew what she meant to his son. And he made a decision, deliberately, with full knowledge of what it would cost Hamdan, to set that love aside and build something more useful in its place. The arranged marriage to Sheikha bint Saeed Al Thani in 2019 was not a spontaneous decision. It was planned, carefully, with the kind of precision that Sheikh Mohammed brings to everything he does. The alliance between the families was valuable. The political optics were exactly right. And the fact that his son's heart was already somewhere else. That was simply a variable to be managed, not a reason to change the plan. Sheikh Mohammed has always believed that duty shapes a person, that responsibility, over time, replaces the things that feelings want. He built his own life on that belief, and he expected his son to do the same. But Hamdan was never built the way his father is built. This is the part Sheikh Mohammed has never said publicly. His son is a poet, a genuine one, not a man who writes poetry as a public relations exercise or because it fits the image of a cultured royal. A man who writes poetry because he feels things too deeply to leave them unexpressed. A man whose emotional life is not something that can be managed or redirected by strategic planning. What Sheikh Mohammed sees as a variable to be handled, Hamdan experiences as something permanent, something that does not respond to royal orders, something that stays exactly where it has always been, no matter what arrangements are built around it. This is the secret Sheikh Mohammed does not want the world to understand. That the plan did not work the way it was supposed to. That his son went into that arranged marriage and never arrived there emotionally. That the marriage collapsed not because of bad luck or outside interference, but because you cannot arrange a feeling that was never present in the first place. And that the collapse of that marriage, the quiet, dignified, Devastating unraveling of an alliance Sheikh Mohammed had spent real political capital to build happened because a poet loved someone his father told him not to love. After the arranged marriage fell apart, Hamdan did something that Sheikh Mohammed had not planned for. He went back to the woman he had always loved. He married her privately. He built a real life with her, a quiet, honest, private life that existed outside the official story completely. And she gave him children, real children, his children, children who carry the Al Maktoum name and who represent something their grandfather never approved of. A choice Hamdan made entirely for himself. Sheikh Mohammed's response to this was not public. It was never going to be public, but it was decisive. When the political landscape shifted after the passing of Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed and the pressure on the royal family increased, Sheikh Mohammed moved. He needed Hamdan positioned correctly, stable, aligned with the right people, presenting the right image. And the private life Hamdan had built, the wife he had chosen, the children they shared, did not fit into the image that was required. So quietly, with the same precision he brings to everything, Sheikh Mohammed arranged for things to change. The woman left Dubai. The children went with her, and Hamdan was repositioned back into the public role that had always been waiting for him. The world did not see this happen. That is the point. That is always the point with men like Sheikh Mohammed. The most significant decisions are the ones nobody outside the palace ever gets to witness. The world saw Hamdan showing up to public events, saw him posting poetry, saw him traveling and appearing composed and performing the role of the crown prince with his characteristic grace. What the world did not see was a father making choices about son's life as though his son were a piece on a very large, very high stakes board, moving him, repositioning him, deciding on his behalf what kind of life the crown prince of Dubai was and was not allowed to have. The secret Sheikh Mohammed is hiding from the world is this. He broke something in his son that he does not know how to fix. He made decisions based on power and strategy and the future of an emirate. And in doing so, he cost Hamdan things that cannot be replaced by any amount of wealth or title or political success. He cost him years. He cost him a love that was real. He cost him a private life that had just barely begun to feel like something worth protecting. And Hamdan, who is his father's son in every public way, carries that cost in the only place his father cannot control, in his eyes, in his poetry, in the quiet, permanent sadness that millions of strangers around the world have noticed and felt without ever knowing exactly where it came from. Now they know. Subscribe to this channel and hit the bell. Every week, I bring you the real story behind the image, the truth behind the palace walls, and the secrets that powerful men would rather the world never found out.